I'm not real sure about it, but I appreciate everybody joining us Grown Man Record Night. It's a one-stop shop, Friday night entertainment, Philly D, and Fall to Raw.
Glad we could all be here.
I'm glad everybody can be here. Yeah,
and
man.
if you're here during the week, I'm glad you're here when you are.
Damn straight. We got Steve Fever in the house. We got Jay. Old Thunderfoot over here.
We got Beelzebub sitting in the bandstand.
Bandstand. Flip-flop with me.
Okay.
Grab that.
I just want that.
Swap it.
Flip-flop.
Flip-flop. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us. Everybody knows we're on the old YouTubes. We're over 300 subscribers. We appreciate all of you joining us on the YouTube. That's where we have our strongest presence.
Mm-hmm.
And we definitely appreciate that. And you know, you can always, if you're not fans of the Facebook page, what's wrong with you? Go on and get up on that piece. Just go on and get up on that, and just join up with us. I don't post as much shit as I used to on there, but that's where you're going to want to be. I think.
I go there from time to time.
I think it's a good spot. It's a good spot. Crazy week.
One of our engineers caught me looking at a video on YouTube today. It was a clip from Better Off Dead. It was like a song from Better Off Dead.
No, 16 Candles.
No, I think it was Better Off Dead.
Oh, okay.
One of those.
Yeah.
I felt stupid.
I left us too much headroom.
I kind of wish I'd been watching like Apocalypse Now or something. Although Better Off Dead's
cool.
fun.
Come on, I got it
Is
on
that the
VHS.
$2?
I want my $2.
$2. I can fix that. You mind? Pick it up.
You get that?
I'll get it.
All right.
You just continue on with what you're doing.
I'll continue on. If you notice, folks, underneath there, we're playing the for the second week in a row. The Free Music Archive. I've not downloaded any new shit from these cats from the Free Music Archive here in a while, but I have I hit shuffle when we play every week, and it started out with Mutation Rights, a death metal band, which I think we've played like 3 or 4 times here in the last few weeks. So,
hey, the shuffle, you know, you can't deny the shuffle.
So we'll see where it lands us up next. But Free Music Archive, that's the place.
Better? Is that still too much?
That's a place where you want to. That's all right. That'll work. But that's the place you want to go for free music and
archive.
And archives. Jay's playing Pac-Man over here in the Atari alcove. So if we ask him to show some records, we're gonna be in trouble unless records gonna be about ghosts.
What kind of shoes you got on, Jay? What are you rocking there?
You ever heard of that store at the mall called
Hot Topic?
Hot Topic. The Hot Topic
Those shoes from Hot Topic?
Are they Hot Topic brand? Jay's lying. I know when Jay.
Second floor, 4C.
Okay. All right.
Aldo. ALDO.
No.
Aldo Nova's store.
European-ish shoe.
They look very European. I was thinking maybe something from Blade Runner.
It zips on the inside.
I've seen those shoes in Blade
Does that
Runner.
zipper ever rub you raw, Jay?
No, it's zip.
All right.
An ankle gold.
That is kind of a hipster shoe.
Jay the hipster.
I'll tell you what. Let's get into a little bit of what we played this evening. They no sense in screwing around. I ain't got nothing to say else other than.
So you were here pretty much on time. You were kind of busy today.
Yeah, we're a little late.
Talk about that.
A little late. We
So if people are watching live, they're going to get to see something tonight that folks on YouTube aren't going to get to see.
I didn't bring that in, but hang on.
What? Who am I talking about? What am I talking about?
I thought I brought it in.
This is breaking
I'll bring
news.
it in.
This is breaking news.
I'll bring it in.
Okay. Should I talk about it?
I thought I brought it in. All right, there it is. Okay, I'm bringing it in as we're talking. Yeah, it's going to be a special treat for the people that are watching live, because I don't think I want to put this on the YouTube version.
It doesn't belong to
I'm
us.
afraid I'll get in trouble for it. So we're going to play it just for the people hanging out live, and if you get to catch it, cool.
Mikey Bananas was front and center this today.
It's true. National media.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you catch this, record it, and you're really interested, and I trust you, send me a message. I'll send you a link to the video. I just don't want to put it out there. I'm afraid some other people will see it and I'll get in trouble. So I don't want to put it. I don't want to just put it out there lickety split. I don't want everybody to see it. If you're into the program, let me know about it, and I'll make sure you see the video. Or if you're live, you get to see it anyhow. We'll play it at the very end. So anyhow, let's talk a little bit about what we played this evening. A lot of cool stuff. Came in kind of late. Had a little something going on in the work 20 this evening, and so I couldn't get in here at 8:30 and start the program the way I wanted to. But came in. We started with a bang. Some VCLT from our good buddy John. Caravan, Cunning Stunts. Maybe the first time we played this on the program. 75 BTM records. I don't know if it is. I don't know. I love this record. Fantastic Caravan record, man. If you're not familiar with them, go pick up a record.
Part of that Canterbury scene.
Yeah. They're Englishters. I'm pretty sure about it. What is this number here, Steve?
This is, well, you had that apple pie, right?
Yeah, we had the apple
And
pie.
I had that, the straight stuff from nearby county,
Yes.
from a local vendor or local man.
And you
And
mixed them together?
I put them together because I thought the pie was too thick, too sweet. And
It's true.
This is more of a,
So it's more moonshiny, less pie.
apple pie shot.
You know, speaking of pie, all right,
good.
that's real good. That's less pie.
A lot less pie.
Both of us gonna be off next week.
Oh, that's right.
This is a great record night, man. These are the best ones where you do a Friday night and you do your normal Friday night
No
business,
mas Arbeit.
but you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So we got
I got to worry about, family and getting home and that kind of stuff.
yeah. I'll go out with my 22. I'll kill a couple squirrels and we'll have us a little Thanksgiving. I ain't have to worry about. That's all I got to worry about. Shooting us enough squirrels.
And make sure the hole you dug in the backyard is big enough for us to all have to defecate.
Yes. We're going to all take a community dump later. Something we've been talking about. It's really nobody else's business. We'll talk about it a little bit, but let's get in a little bit of what we played. Is this the first record we played?
No,
Damn
you
first
showed
record.
the first record already.
Second. I know. Eddie Lockjaw Davis, baby. The Cookbook. Not to be confused with George Benson's The Cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
Promo copy. Special promo, it says. And this is
That's a good album.
really cool, Eddie Lockjaw Davis. I know you'll see that out digging in the crates from time to time. I've only seen this one a couple of times, and I don't think I've ever seen a promo copy other than when I picked that up. That's something you weren't going to keep your eye out for. It's a great record. It's got a little singing on it, it's a little bluesy, a little R&B, but also some classic Eddie Lockjaw Davis jazz type stuff on it as well. Me and Jay got to talking a little Steely Dan before everybody got in here, and I was like, why don't I just throw on a little Can't Buy a Thrill? And 72 ABC, what can you say, man? Great record. And this record sounds really, I got that for like $1. And it sounds really damn good. Now, Jay, tell us about that back of that record. Now, Jay's got a little story for us.
I actually passed on this record. I like, we're both Steely Dan fans. And I passed on this record recently because I saw a copy for $1 and I thought it had grease spots on the back of it. So I was like, oh, screw that.
No, it just kind of it's printed that way.
Printed that way, and I missed out. Sorry.
That's all right. I mean, you know what you know, and now you know.
Now,
Steve,
no one's half the battle.
what's that all about?
This is Tower of Power. That's their third album, I believe.
It's one of my favorite funk
And,
records, and I think I have
Warner
that
Brothers.
same Super Saver copy.
Band from Oakland, very horn,
Uh-huh.
a very kind of a funky Chicago sound. Horns,
One of my favorite records. Man.
in your face horns.
Yeah.
Nice fun.
Really good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like getting really psyche.
Although
After
I will
that.
say I apologize. That record's a little warped.
Is
It
it?
was kind of playing a little warped like at times.
Oh,
I thought.
I didn't notice.
But it kind of that played well into going into what
This
was
is true.
next.
Because that led us into places like, oh, we got all this psychedelic now. And I decided to play one of my favorite psychedelic records, and I know it's a favorite of the VC, the United States of America. This is original press 2i Columbia from, when is this, like 60, I can't remember, 68. United States of America, one of the best psych records I've ever heard. I mean, it's really out there stuff. It's probably not for everybody, but hey, neither is life. You know what I mean? Life's not for everybody. Life in general. So if you want to commit suicide, call me first. We'll talk about it. But I'm not necessarily going to talk you out of it, but I'm not going to talk you into it either.
Remember the time when Lisa Turtle set up suicide hotline?
Lisa Turtle Suicide Hotline is what Jay's talking about. That's a side project. Oh, what a great band name. Lisa Turtle Suicide Hotline. Or just Lisa Turtle. It's probably trademarked. I decided, speaking of Lisa Turtle, she kind of looks like Lisa Turtle.
I don't
I
know
played
Lisa
a little
Turtle.
Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation. This is the 12-inch single. And of course I played the United dub mix. I always, on 12-inch singles, I tend to gravitate toward the dub mixes because I just think they're cooler and longer and weirder and stuff I've not heard
Well,
of.
they're better for, special evenings of keeping the party moving.
They're better for keeping the party going. That's a very valid point. Dub mixes are great for keeping the party going on the 12-inch joint, especially, on a track you may have heard 1,000 times. It may be better to play for the party the longer dub track. That's a little different than, it's like listening to, I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. We played this record. Now we're going to talk a little bit about a sad situation for this week. We hate to do this, but Mike Nichols, legendary film director, passed away this week, and we talked about a couple of things that we could play for his passing. One is very obvious, and we'll get to that. But this first record, it's not necessarily a soundtrack that he did or that he was involved with, but Jimmy Smith's Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? And that is actually the title of Mike Nichols' first film, which I watched in film school, and it was a great film with Elizabeth Taylor in it.
Yeah.
This is actually just
and
Jimmy Smith
Richard
album.
Burton and George Siegel.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite films we watched in film school, and especially one of the ones that not a lot of people got and were kind of like irritated with, and I was enthralled with. But that record really has nothing to do with that, I don't think, to my knowledge. That Jimmy Smith, On the Verve, but it's of the same title, so we decided to play it. And of course, if we're going to talk about Mike Nichols, we can't talk about Mike Nichols without talking about The Graduate. Now, this is the Graduate soundtrack. I've got it, Steve's got it, Cameron's got it. A lot of people got this. This is one you can pick up pretty good. A lot of Simon and Garfunkel. What else is on this? Is it all Simon and Garfunkel?
It's all Simon and Garfunkel.
Okay.
And it's interesting. There's a story here I'm going to read you because I did some research about when we had Academy Night, I think, the Academy Awards.
We did do that.
I showed this, but Mike Nichols actually approached Paul Simon to write, to write some music for write an album for the movie, basically. A deal was made for Simon to write 3 new songs for the movie. By the time he had finished editing the film, Simon had only written 1 new song, and he played a few notes of the new song for Mike Nichols, and he said, it's not for the movie. I'm working on this song. It's not for the movie. It's a song about times past, about Mrs. Roosevelt and Joe DiMaggio and stuff. And Nichols said to Paul Simon, it's now about Mrs. Robinson, not Mrs. Roosevelt. So it's kind of cool
awesome.
how it came to fruition, and it's a great song.
Of course it is. It's a great album. And I'll tell you a little story.
This was one of my parents' records. They
Show
had
that off, Jay.
They had a lot of Simon and Garfunkel. The cover's really
One of my favorite.
I think it's a German. It might be from Germany. We got a lot of our records in Germany when we were there.
Tell you what, these are my mom's pickles.
And I actually have another Mike Nichols record.
No way.
Yeah, I picked. I don't know where I got this. This might have been in someone's collection that I acquired. This is a comedy album. Mike Nichols was a comedian before he was a director, and he was in a team. It was Mike Nichols and Elaine May, and they would do these sketch comedy things. This is before stand-up. I've listened to this record, and I really don't think it's funny at all.
I don't think he didn't know English when he came here.
What? Apparently he didn't have any hair either.
Yeah.
What's that all about? He did? Jay says Seth Meyers did a tribute to Mike Nichols.
That's very. It was like, we
I do want to pickle though.
We talked about how he learned his work.
Oh, okay. Okay, well maybe that record made it. He does some doctor sketches. This whole record is about it's Nichols and May examine doctors.
He lost his hair from something when he was a kid.
There's some sexual innuendo there.
And apparently he'd been bald his entire life. And he wore a wig the majority of his life. Now, back to The Graduate. I would be remiss. Stevie, would you like one of my mom's pickles, even though you don't want
I
to?
just had one.
Did you?
Yeah, delicious.
Jay?
It's like a bread and butter kind of sweet sour.
It's in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I like a middle pickle.
It's in the middle pickle. I'll tell the story. Girlfriend's not here tonight.
Okay, then you can tell the story.
So I feel a little easier telling the story about The Graduate. Now, speaking of film school, not only did I watch both of those Mike Nichols films in film school, as soon as I graduated, the first gig I ever got, before I ever got hired on as a production assistant, I was a production assistant in this for this trip that R.J. Reynolds, the tobacco company, took. Jay's playing Pac-Man while I'm telling my story, all disrespectful and whatnot, but whatever.
I'm trying to listen too.
And so,
while I do research.
Over this trip, it was a 9-day trip where we went up and down the eastern seaboard and did these different photo shoots for R.J. Reynolds, tobacco.
Sure.
And my professor in college actually hooked me up with it. And it was 9 days of debauchery, 2 hours sleep, power drinking, liquor drinking on R.J. Reynolds' dime. Mm-hmm. I'll take 2 Budweisers, 1 for each hand. Meh. It was like a big deal. I was not used to that. We're ordering sandwiches and double beers and shots for everybody. It was crazy. And along this trip, there was this older lady. I was 25 years old, okay? There was this older lady, and we became quite fond with one another over the trip. And we got to know each other very well. We intermingled. We talked about things. We got to know each other very well. And I remember one night when we were up in the hotel in Philadelphia, mm-hmm. and she was going down to her room, and I was going to go to my room, and we were standing all awkward, like in the hallway, and I just we were just looking at one another, and I said to her out of the middle, I was like, "Good night, Mrs. Robinson," and she was like, "Good night," and it was straight out of that movie. Good night, Mrs. Robinson. When they just kind of leave, and it's like all awkward. And I'll never forget, every time I think of that movie, The Graduate, I just kind of pulled it out of my ass at that one time. Good night, Mrs. Robinson. She was probably in her late 30s, and I was like 25, I guess. We had a lot in common, especially genetic material. We had a lot of that in common by the end of it.
Was it inbreeding?
No.
Oh. Mostly
in her eye.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of genetics, how about the 40th anniversary of Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway?
On Broadway.
One of the greatest prog albums ever.
That's really good.
Yeah, man. 74 Atlantic. This is VCLT from John again.
You know, this album marked the departure of Peter Gabriel.
That's the last one he's on.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there were tensions had risen. Tony Banks and Peter Gabriel were starting to have some division, and Peter didn't end up finishing all the songs, so Tony and Mike Rutherford wrote a few of the songs, including The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, and I probably didn't sit well. I don't know, but
man, I tell you what, I remember you picked that up from a spot, that spot that was too expensive for the records that are kind of beat up on Northwest Boulevard, and it was I was jealous of picking that up, and then Ryan cameraman had it, and in a box of stuff that he picked up. And he was like, "You can have it." I was like, "Oh my God, really?" Because he was like, I don't really, whatever. Yeah. And I looked at it; it only had one of the LPs in it. And I was still pretty stoked because it was in good shape. But then when I think Carl and Tiffany ended up taking that home with them. Just got some stuff Ron gave him, and I was like, I don't, it's missing an LP, so I'll pick it up some other time. And I never really did, and then John sent it, and you already had a copy, and I'm like, oh my God, that's perfect. It just kind of
a blessing from the Lord.
It's a
God
blessing.
be praised.
It's what you give thanks for on Thanksgiving. Look up that Butterball number.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Let's do that right now.
Can we do it right now?
Sure. Steve
I'm
played
on it.
the last thing we listened to was the Skull Snaps.
Yeah.
Now, you can't listen to too many Skull Snaps. I got stuff all over my suit jacket coat here. Oh, this is just, what a great album cover. We listened to side 2, I'm Your Pimp.
Yeah, that's
Used to be my profile song.
Boss Man's favorite song.
Yeah.
He was drive to work every day listening to that song.
That was my profile song on MySpace to take you back. I'm your pimp, bum, 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 bum. I wear my hat to the side and walk with a limp, bum, 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 bum. Yeah, good stuff. That's all we played.
That's all.
That seemed like it wasn't a lot of records. Was that a lot of records or not?
No, we didn't play many.
No, we didn't play a lot.
No.
I got here late though.
I don't think you started late though, because I was on the road by.
Well, 8:46. So I was 16 minutes late
Whatever.
going live. That's all right.
We were banging down the door.
It happens. It happens. It happens. Had this great idea I've been telling everybody about this week. I've been watching a lot of Different Strokes. And I've been thinking, like, wouldn't that have been a great show if not only with Different Strokes, if it had been Different Strokes and the Wolf. So, like, there's there's the cast of Different Strokes, and then there's like a wolf involved, and so
like an animal, like a wolf,
yeah,
like a dog.
and so then you'd hear like, what you talking about, Willis? And then like over his shoulder, you'd see a wolf going. What you talking about, Willis? I think that'd be really funny.
Would the wolf be wearing like a college sweater? Or,
No, a jersey. Everybody on Different Strokes wears a jersey,
including the wolf.
except for Conrad Bain, who wears a sweater.
Okay. Or sweatshirt. Do you wear sweatshirts or sweaters?
Sweater, Steve.
Okay. I'm thinking of Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Bill Cosby?
If you're thinking of Bill Cosby, you're probably thinking about rape, and it's your own.
Isn't that crazy how it's all about our man Burris, the comedian,
Yeah.
who did his stand-up routine and really brought it to everybody's attention.
Yeah.
Isn't that how this all came about?
That's how this all came about.
Holy moly!
Yeah, Hannibal Burris. Who's the side guy for Eric Andre, who's a great television program. Hannibal Burris is a great stand-up comedian in his own right.
Kind of a deadpan comedian, right?
Yeah, and he's like, nah, man, he's not a legend. He's a rapist. Just Google Bill Cosby and rape. Why are you people celebrating this guy? This guy's a rapist. And it was funny, but it was funny because it's true. Because he puts his penis in people that don't agree with it all the time, allegedly. It seems like not everybody that has had his penis in them cared for it initially. Maybe after
Is that the same thing as sodomy?
maybe after 4 pumps, they were cool with it, but the first 2 pumps were like, rape, rape. That's how people sound. You ever heard people? They talk like that.
I have heard.
Oh, rape. Oh.
Is that commercial?
Rape, rape.
That's Raid. I'm sorry.
Raid. I don't know. You got that Butterball number?
Oh, sorry.
Look that up. I'll tell you what, I'll go into Dig of the Week then. If you ain't got nothing.
I can tell you in just a minute.
Okay. Well, we'll interrupt Dig of the Week.
Anyway, yeah, because this coming Thursday, today's Friday,
Yeah.
is Thanksgiving, right?
Sure.
We give thanks.
Oh, we give it.
And the Butterball hotline is going, strong right now. And I thought, why don't we...
What's the hours on that?
24/7.
Really?
I think so.
Really?
I
Because we're
believe
getting
so.
ready.
The turkey talk line. Here we
Oh,
go.
what's wrong with the camera? Why is that in black?
The battery's dead.
Okay.
I'll fix it. You talk.
I'm talking. So I'll go to.
Go commercial.
I know, Jay. Don't tell me how to run my show, Jay.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's in black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play things and talk over it. Because, believe me, folks, I have lots of time to kill. And I have lots of things to say. About very little at all. I don't need a whole lot. Steve's putting a new battery on there.
Your battery's weird.
Yeah, my battery's real weird.
That's what she said.
How'd that go from you had a full battery?
Apparently not.
What's that say? We're figuring it out, folks. Everybody just stand by.
It says about 3/4, maybe 80%.
All right, close that LCD.
Yeah, I'm gonna close it. I want to frame the shot first because I bumped it.
Steve bumped it. He's going to frame it, and then we're going to close the LCD. We're going to continue the show.
Salvation.
No.
Oh,
Everybody,
that's your close.
that's my closer. Everybody going to bite my closer? What is this? Carlos Mencia? Everybody biting my damn closer. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm bringing the camera hot even before Steve sits down. That way we have a little dynamic area here.
We should have an area behind you.
Oh, there's an area behind me. It's where I take all my dookies. GMRN 2014, hashtag.
Take all my. Okay. All right, we're back. Sorry for that. I brought my battery.
Different
But
strokes.
my
in the
battery
wolf.
was the last battery we used last week, and we didn't I didn't charge it since. So that's why it died. Now your battery's probably gonna die too, but maybe it'll last a little longer.
Yeah, are things playing? There ain't nothing going. Now I'm upset about it.
Okay.
Now I'm getting up.
But
Steve,
anyway,
now you talk, Steve.
So I got the turkey talk line here that you can call, and these folks will answer your turkey questions. So I was wondering what we might call them about.
You've got
You
some
had a
stuff.
good, you had a good question about how many
Yeah.
how many beers is too many before you're deep frying a turkey.
Yeah, call them up. Let me talk to them.
Okay, we're here to help. Let's talk turkey here.
Okay. Yeah.
Any way you could do this, speakerphone?
Yeah. Put it on speakerphone. We'll be good.
Let's do that.
Preparation and cooking assistance. Press for phase 3.
3.
Our turkey experts are not in the office at this time. Please call back Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m.
Your
Central
turkey.
Standard Time.
I thought it was 24/7.
We're also open the Saturday
I
and
thought this was a
Sunday
great idea
hours
in a production meeting.
But they said their turkey experts are not available.
Turkey expert?
That's what they said.
Bunch of turkeys.
Frequently asked questions, or visit butterball.com for information on turkey preparation, recipes, and more. Get more than 200
You should,
Butterball recipe
when you
ideas
call them,
by
you should
downloading
tell
the
them
new
your
Butterball
serving
Cookbook
suggestion about the
podcast from
turkey
the App Store.
nachos that you made last.
Thanksgiving leftover nachos.
And iPod Touch.
That's what, and we'll probably do this next week.
All right.
Tell them they're all motherfuckers, Steve.
Bunch of
Tell
turkeys.
them we ain't got time for you and all your motherfucking
All right, so that
stuff.
didn't go anywhere.
No, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them tomorrow. Look, my family, we drink a lot, and then we're gonna do a.
Well, let's tape the segment.
Yeah, and we're gonna deep fry a turkey, but we all start drinking early in the morning. How many beers can we have before we actually start fooling around with a deep fryer and a turkey? Because I know that can be dangerous. Hey, I've seen the news stories. I've seen them.
Yeah.
I don't want to get out of control. So how many's too many before you get, or do you just let it roll, or do you clear out a nice area? You spread
The
some.
truth is, it probably matters. It probably depends on the person.
You spread some
They'll
sand
probably
around.
tell you you don't drink any beer.
You spread some sand around,
Salmon? Spread salmon around?
salmon around, and then nothing will catch fire, and then you can be as drunk as you want, and you drop
Right.
it in. even if it explodes, even if it's just the one dumbass dropping the shit in, it's not like your.
So don't throw the frozen turkey.
It's not like
into
your
the deep
aunt,
fryer.
your aunt,
Hope you
and
know
your
that. Don't put a frozen turkey.
or mononcula. Your mononcula and your aunt doesn't get hurt because it's just you doing it.
Sure.
Okay. I already threw up dig of the week. Tell me something about
You
dig
threw
of
up
the
dig
week.
of the week already?
I did.
Okay.
Before we did that business.
Okay.
I'll throw it up again. I'll throw up in my own mouth right now while I put this graphic.
You know, I went to one of our favorite places,
God.
Underdog Records, today.
When did I eat carrots?
I think you went there, but you went there before me. But I thought I'd go
did.
by there and see Jonathan, our friend Jonathan.
Good friend
You know,
of ours.
Jonathan said something funny. He said he was trying to catch up and watch some shows. He said he watched
really?
he watched a recent show of Grown Man Record Night, and he said, "Yeah, Rusty Trombone."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I don't remember." I vaguely remember you talking about a rusty trombone. So it's funny that people know more about it than I do because I don't watch the show.
We live the show, baby.
This one we're sitting in right now.
Yeah. Tell me something about dig of the week.
It's fun.
Pull me something.
Oh, okay.
Pull me a
you
record
know,
album.
lately,
More about him lately.
I'm still on a Kate Bush kick because I've always really enjoyed her music. You know, solo artist.
I enjoy Kate Bush.
A unique voice. She was actually, I didn't know this till tonight. She signed to EMI when she was 16 years old.
Because she's Persian.
No, based
No?
on the recommendation of David Gilmour.
Really?
He recommended her to EMI,
Nice.
and they signed her. And
Good
by
label.
19, she'd had a #1 hit in England with Wuthering Heights, which is a really cool song.
19.
Anyway, this is an album.
No, 19.
This is her third album from 1980, and it's called Never Forever. And it's got a really cool cover. The cover reminds me of Where the Wild Things Are. I don't know if the artist is the same or what's the deal there, but it's really, really cool looking.
That's a nice cover, man.
Fantasy art. And I picked this. He had it too. He had The Dreaming, which is a really good album, and he had this one, but he had a much higher price on The Dreaming. This one actually has my favorite, Babushka. If you have, most Americans weren't familiar with Kate Bush until The Whole Story came out, which is a compilation. And I had The Whole Story, and then went back and proceeded vinyl-wise to try and get the vinyl from that compilation. And of course, that's most of the early albums. And
Yeah.
This one's got 2 or 3 really good songs on it.
Kate Bush is one of those names you hear. I heard for like ever and didn't really realize how substantial of an artist she really
Well,
is.
I talked about her recently because
Right.
she just
It's
toured.
on a program.
She just toured in England and did like 30 shows.
In a day.
Well, no,
It
not in a
started
day.
at 4:30 in the morning.
But what she did because of her shows, she got like, I want to say 8 albums in the top 50 in UK.
80.
And she's like #3 behind Elvis and the Beatles with like having consecutive albums on at the same time.
There's somebody else.
Jay, did you know I'm the Derek Brady of Albuquerque?
David Gilmour actually plays on at least one of her albums, Sensual World.
Somebody really like him.
But I
That's
got.
good stuff.
Too much time on my hands this week. apparently.
You want to do one, or you want me to do
I'll
one?
do one.
You want to do
How many
one?
more you got?
I got 3 total.
You got 3
I just
more?
Did 1. I got 2 more.
Okay, well, I'll do one. Hey, I picked
Let's
this
go
up
back and
today. I rushed in. Let me tell you what, folks. I'm working the news business, and I went into a New York day of business today, and I was doing things that were fast paced. Things are fast paced, and I was like, I don't have time to dig today or this week. And then I took this wrong.
You've become a speed digger, haven't you?
And then I took this wrong road. And when I went up this wrong road, I looked and I'm like, oh shit, Underdog is right here. And I just,
You did that on purpose,
I wish I would have.
subconsciously.
I jerked it into this parking lot.
Yeah, you jerked it in the parking lot.
And then I went across to the record store. Public masturbation is nothing to laugh about, folks. It can get you in a lot of trouble.
Especially
Let me tell you
when you're-
what.
Especially when you're in a news
Pee Wee
vehicle.
Herman.
If you've got priors and you get a public masturbation charge, it's not anything you want to mess with. It'll end. It could ruin your career.
Where's this going?
It can take your career and end you up making news programs for a living. Anyhow, I went into Underdog, spud dig, speeded dig, spood dig. According to
what you did in the parking lot, spooge dig.
And then when I got done talking to the Persian guy out front, I went in the record store.
See what I did there? You see what I did there?
And right off the bat, pick this one up. Beatles, Abbey Road. It's VG. $6 though. Abbey Road.
I love Abbey Road. Abbey Road's one of those records I used to go to sleep with. You know,
It's on Apple, baby.
I'll say this: Hotel California, side 2, Hotel California. Put that on. We used to freshman year of college. You know, listen to that. Abbey Road's another one of those where you put on side 2, of course. Side one's great. Don't get me wrong, but side 2 is wonderful. And Paul, I give Paul a lot of credit for that.
Paul.
It's Paul McCartney.
Okay.
Is the Paul that we refer to on
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
2 cover variations of that.
Are there?
Manhole.
Manhole.
There's a manhole.
I can't look at what is that? Raised manhole.
Yeah.
If I see a sign that says raised manhole, I'm like, come on,
Hey,
folks.
that's one of those.
Do you
records-
have to?
That's one of those records on Discogs, though. It's like, make sure you put aside an hour or two to find that.
Which one?
On your Abbey Road. On
Really?
Discogs. Yeah, that's one of the ones.
Yeah, I mean Beatles in general is like
Well,
that.
anyway, I'll move to the one I picked up. We're still talking about Abbey Road, aren't we?
I don't know. What do I know about it?
What do you know? What do you know about Abbey Road? You like it?
Yeah, it's a good record. It's a Beatles record, that especially one that I've not seen at a good price.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just right in front of me, $6. And I know Jonathan and Underdog when he says VG or VG minus, it's a little. I trust his ratings a lot more than I do a lot of people's. Some people be like, "Oh yeah, man, it's a VG plus," and you bring it home, it's like, and I'm like, on what effing planet is this VG plus? He's pretty. He actually goes too far sometimes, to where he's a little. He undercuts himself sometimes.
That's why it's called Underdog.
There you go. I knew when he said it was VG, I'm like, all right, totally take a stab on that one, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I'll do
What you
another
got? Do one.
I was real happy to pick up a Scorpions album because I don't have any. And this is Blackout from '82, I think. Just, you know, the Scorpions, good German metal band. I got to see the Scorpions years and years ago.
Really? In the heyday?
I guess it was the heyday. Rock You Like a Hurricane had come out. But this one has No One Like You on it. There's no one like you. Klaus Meine on vocals, Rudolf Schenker on guitar. Rudolf Schenker, I think, is the only member throughout the whole band. It's always been him. And Klaus Meine, I think, is the singer on all the studio albums.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
I got one more, but
Okay. Let me tell you, I picked this up, a brand new record. Jay says this is actually on the same label that he picked up Nevermind a couple of weeks ago. It's MTV's Unplugged, Nirvana's Unplugged in New York. This is the Palace audiophile quality 180 gram German pressing that people have. That's the same thing as his Nevermind that he had. Nobody said it was a German press. Now opened this, picked it up today, hadn't even ripped the thing off. Let me tell you a little something about this album, folks. I mean, it's no secret for people that really know Mikey Bananas. Nirvana's, I mean, that's it. That's my Beatles. That's my Beatles growing. And this Unplugged album, some of my greatest memories 6 months after my mom taught me some chords on guitar are me discovering the Unplugged recordings from MTV. I recorded it on a VHS, and I remember watching it a bazillion times, and I would pause it, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing with the guitar. My mom, old country lady, she'd say, well, that looks like an E minor to me. And then I'd play like E minor. I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. And then they'd go and say, oh, that looks like a B or something. And then I'd play it. I'm like, oh, that's it. That's the chord. And then we'd go back and start the song over and like play it on guitar. And she was like, oh, I like some of this stuff. This stuff's all right. And I'm like, it was like one of the most seminal rock and roll albums, even though it's not so rocky, more rolly. But this album means a lot to me, and it's really cool. In the last couple of weeks, I picked up that Dave Brubeck album, which means a lot to me. This is another one that means a lot to me. It probably means I'm going to probably die in a car accident coming up soon, because I've picked up so many things that are so close to me. But whatever, I've had a good run. Steve, why don't you tell us about another record?
Well, I got one more here, and I don't know much about it. I'll be honest with you, but it just seems so weird and interesting. I saw it and I thought the cover's interesting because it's got one of those what do you call those machines that this does that and then that does that, and it's got a name.
Rube Goldberg.
Yeah. It's got one of these Rube Goldberg machines on the front. This is Phil Woods and his European rhythm machine. Phil Woods is a saxophonist, a bebop saxophonist. Some called him the New Bird,
Charlie
Parker,
yeah,
bebop king. The weird thing about it is he ended up marrying Charlie Parker's widow. Chan Parker, yeah.
That's weird.
And then, yeah.
I don't know about this guy.
Anyway, this is called his European rhythm. He moved to Europe. He plays with Steely Dan. He plays with some other guys on some of their stuff. But he did this album in '71 after moving to France in '68 and forming this European rhythm machine. I mean, some of the songs, I don't know much about it, but I saw the titles. It's like Chromatic Banana is the first song. This is a rather avant-garde jazz album.
Really?
Trying to get to. Just really cool, and the liner notes were hilarious, so I thought, I've got to give this a whirl.
It's one of those to take a shot.
I listened to it. I told Jonathan I got to listen to this in the store. He put it on. I was like, yeah, I'm taking that home. So anyway, I picked it up. I'm glad to get a copy, and maybe we'll play it. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
If you guys are ready for weird, we'll try that. Speaking of giving it a shot, I'm gonna drink this.
Well, I should do one.
You don't have to. Don't feel pressure. You do what you want.
I mean, when it comes to pop-off, I don't need a lot of coaxing. It runs through my veins.
Is it Kotzwan?
Like the
Kotzwan?
Like the comedy of the previous millennium, pop-off vodka runs through my veins. And I don't need...
Here's to the Thanksgiving break.
Let's take a shot to the affluent.
Are you eating onions with your shot?
Sure, onions and pickles. My mom's own pickled concoction. I'll just drop it on in there. I don't care.
I wish you could get a title.
Hold that up. Let's hold that up, Jay. Jay, get your damn fingers around my glass and hold it up there for everybody to see. That's a little pickle and a little onion from my mom and some pop-off vodka. And what this is a giant middle finger to everybody else. I don't care about nothing.
Borscht. All right. So yeah, I was really happy to go there today. By the way, CFPG's having
BT Dubs.
Their second weekend of their jazz albums are 50% off this weekend.
That's craziness.
Go there and buy some jazz.
You should go there tomorrow.
20 instead of 40.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go have a bunch of liquor for lunch and then go over there. We'll have steak sandwiches and liquor lunch.
Steak-em.
I got some steak-ems in there.
Yeah.
I had steak biscuits for lunch today. Should do all the steak together, have a stroke about it. If I have a stroke about it, I won't be as good as buying records as I am now. This is all just part of it. Grady, don't pick your teeth when you're talking to me now. That's one of my favorite parts of, there's a Sanford and Son episode where Fred gets a pool table for his birthday. And Fred pulls Grady into the kitchen and Fred's telling him something. And while Fred's telling him something, Grady starts going, And don't suck your teeth when I'm talking to you, Freddie. I think that's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Don't suck your teeth when I'm talking to you. Hey, folks, I hate to pull out this word. I'm going to do it because I would have said it 2 weeks ago, even though this wouldn't have been in the horizon. We're talking about the word grail. This has been one of my record grails for a very long time, and I finally picked it up. And, you know, he says this is VG minus. So, okay, and I'll read you what it says. VG minus copy has mild but consistent crackle throughout. Never overpowering or a distraction. Mono pressing from 1966. Very enjoyable copy. Beach Boys. That sounds. I finally got it, folks. Original mono copy from 66. I've not heard it yet. He says it's not too bad. One of these days, I'll pick up a minty fresh, excellent plus. One of these days. But
one of these days.
For now, I've got a great playable copy for $6 that I cannot wait to put on. And this has been something that I've always said is it's what I'm really looking for. That, like, if you're going into Goodwill and you're like, oh, you could find any record, and I'm like, yeah, butcher cover, whatever. Worst. The original mono pressing of Pet Sounds would be my numero uno. It would be. And I found it today. I can't wait to put this on. It's going to be great.
Stop the show. Do it right now.
We'll stop. It may be poppy. It may be what people be like, oh, well, on the upper 25th hertz of the sibilants, you can hear that the couple of those. I'm stoked to get this. And like I said, one of these days, I'm going to pick up a better copy, and you know what I mean? That's how it works. I got a great, cool copy to play now, especially with my cheapo needles, man, on these DJ tables. I'm going to get some new needles coming up. We got some new cartridges coming. But can't wait to put this on. It's just going to be so great. And it's a great triumph for $6, man, in a record store. Not even a digging spot, but in like a legit record store. So he knew what this was. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what it sounds like, man. If it sounds like garbage, then whatever. But, you know, I'm not expecting crazy business. But good stuff. So we're going to be playing some of that coming up after the show here.
I think you should go ahead and play the clip now.
No, I shouldn't play that. So I'll tell you what.
You got a clip? We're
going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with a So to Speak and Chip Chat. So everybody stay tuned with us here on our old Good Friday Night Buddy. Our old Good Friday Night Buddy, and that's Grown Man Record Night, so stay tuned with us here.
Put that in your Mitchum hole.
Put it in your Mitchum hole, you bunch of sons of bitches.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, I'll teach him everything that I know. My buddy and me like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends it could be. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
My Buddy from Play School.
And 3, 2, 1, ring.
News Department.
Hello, I have a newsworthy new product that solves a serious problem in male-female relationships.
Like an advice column.
No, a new product, a toilet seat putter-downer.
Well, let me write this down. Did you say toilet?
Yes, putter-downer. See, it lowers the seat when it's been left up, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's a simple device that's easy to install and works every time. It collapses when the seat is raised so the seat stays up. Then in about 5 minutes, it refills with air and lowers the seat. Putter-downer is also a safety device.
You mean like for small children or pets?
Well, yes, but it's really for the male who accidentally leaves the seat up. Put accidentally in there by accident.
Problem page. I've got problem perspiration. The hotter it gets, the wetter I get. I spend all summer bathing in perspiration.
Dear dripping wet, take my advice and use Mitchum. It's one product specially made for problem perspiration. You'll be surprised how effective it is.
Dear problem page, Mitchum's changed my life. I can't believe it. I'm a new person.
Mitchum for problem perspiration.
Okay, folks, we're back.
Yeah, man.
I pulled my mic off?
No.
I pulled my mic off.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was being a jackass.
You should have been standing up and running around.
I've done some running. Yeah. That's a good time to. What do y'all think about them commercials?
You go out and buy that stuff.
I downloaded them off the internet. You play it. You watched them. So we're going into a soda speak. We got some a great soda that apparently we've done before, maybe. But not everybody's been here before. So you know what? Just damn sit and deal with it. If you got a problem, we'll wrestle for it. Tell me about it, Steve. What's this deal about?
It's a New York soda.
New York. I don't have enough subway tokens to go down and give me a slice. New York.
Well, now we got Old Brooklyn Coney Island cream soda. And this is that messed up? Old Brooklyn Coney Island cream soda.
You can take the L to get down to that.
Are we talking New York? Or are we talking New Jersey?
New York.
We talking Jersey? We talking New York?
New York.
I'll tell you what. This is from White Rock Products, Whitestone, New York.
New York.
So there you go.
Should you have a better soda? Probably not. New York. Cream soda.
Old Brooklyn. Maybe New Jersey is Old Brooklyn. I don't know how they come out with a Coney.
New York is
Coney Island.
is Old Amsterdam.
Coney Island.
New Amsterdam?
Coney Island.
Yeah, they have the Coney.
Well, why Coney Island? They don't have Coney Island.
Oh, it's not there?
I don't know.
You see me eat that hot dog?
Is that what that was?
I'm good at it. Okay. Let's take a lap. I'll do one with you when we get done. It could be. Let's try this on Canteen. Okay.
New York.
And I like a good cream soda now. Oh, that's a good cream soda. Wow, very vanilla-y.
Milli Vanilli?
That's good, man. Really like that.
It's not too.
Hold that guy. Do we hold it?
It's not overly syrupy.
No, it's not overly sweet, but it's very overly vanilla-y.
I love vanilla.
But I love vanilla.
Doesn't everybody love vanilla?
And vanilla can be great without a lot of sugar supporting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a great cream soda. Because a lot of times when you get a cream soda, to get it where you want to get it, in terms of vanilla, the sugar is so high, you're like, oh, that's great, but it's so syrupy.
You know what we should do?
It's great.
Go back and watch our initial review of the soda.
This just sucks, man. It tastes like A&W, so I don't know. Throw it away.
No, it doesn't.
New York.
It stands alone. I think it's pretty good. It's one of those you can get at World Market, I think.
I think so. My hands are so sticky right now. It's like jerking off a choir boy. 3, 2, and...
Is that the only soda we're going to do tonight?
One. How many of you out there love sodas?
Don't you?
pretty much everybody. It's a good soda. If you like a good cream soda, it's one to consider. That's all I'm. Sticky.
So maybe since we couldn't call the Butterball hotline, we could call, but they didn't pick up.
Yeah.
Maybe if folks would just send you their questions about Butterball turkeys, you can call them.
Or even better, send me your questions about what to do with your leftovers. Since next Friday will be Black Friday.
That's racist.
I may not be here.
And we'll call in and say, what should we do with all these Butterball leftovers? And brand it. See if you brand the question. If you brand the question.
I wasn't here last Black Friday. I wish I was, because you had the leftover nachos. And I damn wish I'd tried those, because that sounded amazing.
We're gonna have them.
I almost want to come over just to get the turkey nachos.
You know we're gonna do Thanksgiving leftover nachos.
We're not talking just turkey. We're talking the dressing.
Turkey, dressing, potatoes, gravy, cheese, all over nacho chips. We did it last year, folks, and we're going to do it again. And if you don't like it, then you're not an American.
Go tell your mom.
So whatever.
There may be some non-Americans watching. That's okay.
I love everybody. Let's go into a little chip chat. Now I have to make a declaration this week
of independence.
I'm always making Mikey Bananas is a walking
declaration of in your pants.
Mikey Bananas is a walking declaration of independence, just by the nature of the beast. Yeah. But we received some Uncle Ray's, and it's an Uncle Ray's chip we've not done yet. But we
haven't done this chip.
No, sir.
I've never seen that in the store.
And I ate a sandwich last.
We're talking straight up regular potato chip.
But I ate a sandwich last night. I didn't have any chips in the house, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to my good friend Uncle Ray's. We'll do it as an OBS. Anybody's got a problem, we can do some submission wrestling, and if I catch you in a triangle, it's your own fault.
A chokehold?
Who you want to wrestle this week, though? Garth Brooks.
Oh, that's right.
Garth Brooks is doing 5 days in
Who was it last week?
Greensboro. No, look, Joel
Osteen.
We've never heard from Joel Osteen's people. Look, Joel Osteen, I wanted to fight straight up. Garth Brooks.
You want to wrestle Garth Brooks?
Yeah, Garth Brooks. I don't think he's a bad guy, but I kind of want to submission wrestle him. 2 5-minute rounds. Heel hooks are allowed.
By the way, he's playing 5 sold-out shows from Thursday through Sunday.
That's actually, Steve, that's a myth, because I saw online this week, they do have the curtain in the arena.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if the technical...
They sold out a reduced
it's like
theater.
12,000.
Okay.
All I'm saying is...
So 60,000 people are going to see Garth Brooks.
I'm not playing, this is the only South Carolina.
All I'm saying
so
is...
they've reduced the theater. It's a 24,000 seat arena. They reduced it to about 12,000.
Seems like they sell all arena.
If he leaves the heel available, I'm taking the heel hook or the knee bar. So I'm challenging him. I'm no slouch, folks. Submission wrestling, I'll put it on his ass. Or he'll put it on my ass. But either way, an ass is getting stuff smeared all over it. Like mayonnaise. You know, Uncle Ray's always comes with a story, and that's why...
Have you met any celebrities while you've been doing your new gig? Something about furniture. You told me something about furniture today.
I did some... Oh, yeah.
Julius Irving?
No, I can't talk about that.
Okay.
No, I can't talk about that.
All right, fine.
Dr. J. We'll talk about Dr. J in a couple of months.
Are they playing the Crofty this weekend?
I can't mention it. Why don't you tell us the story now? I'll let you tell. Yeah, no, you got. I always got to read this shit. You read it.
No one has to read it. We don't have to read the story.
You read it at midnight time. See how easy that shit is.
Let me drink something so I can wet my palate. If you're gonna have me read.
Get you a nice seltzer. New York. Steve's taking him a dark seltzer.
All right,
New York.
Let's pick up The Life and Times of Uncle Ray, because, you know, the Life and Times of Uncle Ray, if you go to a bag, there's usually a chapter of the Life and Times of Uncle Ray.
Of course.
And you'd think this would be chapter 1, because this is the Uncle Ray potato chip.
It's
Yellow bag.
They're good. We didn't mention this. It's a very good chip. It's very much like Lay's. If you put these in front of me and said they were Lay's, I would have said, okay.
They're Uncle Lay's.
Uncle Lay's. Inappropriate, Jay. Take a lap. All right.
This is chapter 30.
We're not going down that road.
This is chapter 30.
Okay.
The title being Just Peachy.
All right.
At the age of, now I'm not going to read it like I thought Uncle Ray was a Southerner. Apparently he's from Michigan.
Detroit.
Detroit.
He's a Detroitman. Herkimer was watching. He's a Detroitman.
At the age of 10, I lived with my family in the Fisher housing projects in Detroit, Michigan. By today's standards, we were considered poor.
White stripes.
On my way home from school one day, I think we already did these chips, because I think I read this story about the peach on the tree, and he ate it, and he felt bad or something. I think we did this.
But skip past the story, get to the lesson. No, you're in the No. You're in the story. Get to the lesson. The lesson's at the bottom.
So forget the story. We talked about the peaches and whatnot.
Yeah, we talked the peaches.
About the lesson is self-control. He was getting to the point of self-control.
Does this mention impulsiveness? Because we did do that one.
Yes, I will not act impulsively.
Yeah! Got something you got, boss! Never make it to me with a top! Yeah. We did do this. But this is the first time we've had these chips. They're great. They taste just like Lay's. And they're cheaper, son.
Who cares? It's open mag special. That's what you open.
They're cheap. You can get them at the convenience store.
They're great.
I've never seen straight up
Yep.
Uncle Ray.
They're great and they're greasy.
Yep. A little bad. What we got here, Steve?
Well, Bossman handed me these today.
Really, today?
Yeah. And I didn't quite get the story, but there's a little story behind them. He did tell me to tell you that he got these from some Masons.
Oh, easy.
Some Freemasons. So I don't know if that those are connected to Freemasonry, or whether he just happens to know these guys are Freemasons. But this is Popcorners. The new shape of popcorn.
What's that?
It's a corn chip.
Okay.
That has a poppy thing going on.
Oh, like a popcorn.
Kettle. It says kettle.
Probably pretty good for you.
Let's try them.
Look at the fat.
We should. You look at the fat. I look at the fat every day.
So for the whole bag, what are we talking here?
This is a small bag, by the way. 1.1 ounce, 32 grams.
Of fat?
4 grams of fat.
No, that's not bad. It's not bad, folks. Usually the popcorn chips are pretty good for you. I mean, if you...
Oh, okay. This is like a...
We've done some popcorn chips before.
Like puffed?
Yeah.
Like puffed rice or something.
Yeah.
Show that, will you?
This is one of these chips that I always attribute to maybe eat during the week when you're trying not to be such an asshole.
There's a sweet thing going on.
I do taste some sugar.
But I taste like a rice cake.
Yeah.
Like puffed rice. This is corn.
That's not bad though. And during the week,
did you say it tastes like a nursing home?
Way down deep nursing home, says Jay. These are good, but very sweet.
They are good. There's a sweetness going on. Corn, I mean, not a whole lot of ingredients. It does have sugar and salt, so. But really,
not bad.
It's just corn, sunflower oil, sugar, and sea salt.
Have you a salad and these during the week? You're not acting too far out of school, folks.
A salad?
That's not bad. A salad and these?
Like a spinach salad?
You know what I mean? For a fat guy like me?
Yeah, but your salad's gonna have a ton of like 1,000-ounce dressing.
No. Not during the week.
Like a weekend salad.
Sure. Which I wouldn't do.
I like dipping my pizza crust in 1,000 ounce. Sorry.
Yeah. No. But I don't do that stuff during the week. Unless somebody says, I got a bunch of pizza crusts in Thousand Island in the break room for free. If anybody wants them, then I'm eating all of them. All right, let's do one more.
Okay.
Let's do one more
That's
chip.
a good idea. Oh, here's one.
What are these about?
Well, many of you probably have a Kroger. We don't have Kroger.
We don't have Kroger.
We don't have Kroger. What happened was Harris Teeter and Kroger both decided, Harris Teeter is what we do have. They decided, hey, you don't come in my camp, I won't come in yours. Harris Teeter bought all the Kroger stores in this area. Kroger bought all the Harris Teeters in Virginia, maybe. And so, you know, none the worse for wear, but Bossman, I believe, went somewhere and brought
Richmond,
Virginia, and brought back a ton of Kroger brand stuff.
So this is the Kroger brand sour cream and onions.
I will say, I like the packaging here.
Kroger does good things with their store brand chips. It's just a Ripple chip, very thick Ripple chip. Good packaging. Looks like a good amount of seasoning on the chip, but not crazy. Let's give these a go, Steve.
Kroger has the cheapest gas of any grocery chain. That's what Jay says.
These are good.
Okay, so like a Ripple.
It's a good, thick Ripple chip, but
Not too heavy.
too thick.
Not too heavy on the flavor.
No. Very sporadic. And you know the store brands can sometimes spread the flavor on a little too strong.
And I think some people like that.
It's true.
My wife being one. I brought her back those chips we had last week that were kind of lightly flavored. Yeah, it wasn't into it. It was jalapeno. They were jalapeno chips.
Yep.
They didn't have a whole lot of, it wasn't enough.
These are good.
I like a lightly flavored. I like the taste of potato.
If this is what we've got to expect from Kroger and the other bags that we have waiting for us,
Looking forward to it.
I'm pretty excited about it. Great way to end up a chip chat. That's good stuff, man. Hey, I tell you what, we're getting ready to wrap up this edition of Grown Man Record. I want to remind everybody, I got a special treat for everybody watching live. A little special thing I was involved in this week, so stay tuned for that. So we're going to do that. We're going to play some of our digs of the week that we picked up. Thanks everybody for joining us. Be sure to check us out on the YouTube page, the Facebook page, and just keep the love moving, man. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Moving love.
Moving love. For Jay, Steve Fever, Mikey Bananas. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and on. We appreciate everybody being Grown Man Record Night fans. So I'm gonna stop it down and then watch for this live special treat. If you want to know what this is and you don't see this live, email me and I'll send it to you. So thanks for joining us here on Grown Man Record Night. We'll see you next week for the post Thanksgiving special coming next week.